the new global professional track league, Grand Slam Track, is coming to Kingston, Jamaica, the sprint capital of the world, the Jamaicans think. Will host the first event in the inaugural 2025 season from April 4 to 6 at the National Stadium. Los Angeles is the only other host city confirmed, with the remaining two to be revealed in the coming days. Details of the event were made public at a press launch at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel. That happened earlier on Monday. Grand Slam Track founder and commissioner, the four-time Olympic gold medalist and legendary American sprinter Michael Johnson, says it was a no-brainer to bring the event to Jamaica.
Jamaica truly has earned its place as one of the preeminent track and field countries in the world. This country has punched far above its weight on the global stage when it comes to track. So for us, it's only fitting that we, with Grand Slam Track, with a new professional series that has immediately catapulted itself to the top of the sport, it's only fitting for us that we honor that excellence in track that Jamaica has always represented and continues to represent.
Michael Johnson also talked up the country's excellence in sport.
We've all watched the incredible success of Jamaican racers, and we want to shine a light on that greatness as a top destination for major sporting events. Jamaican athletes have represented this country in an amazing way around the world for years. We think it's time to come back here and highlight the sport and highlight the country here for its excellence in the sport of track.
The competition will feature 4 annual events and has a total of $12.6 million in prize money across the events. Leighton Levy was a specially invited guest at today's press conference. No surprise that he was. And he joins us live via Zoom. Double L, I like to call him. Welcome to the SportsMax Zone. Great to have you on the show as usual, sir. I see you were I see you were a specially invited guest today. Not all press people were invited, but you were for obvious reasons.
Leighton, how do you get on the special list?
I have no idea, but a lot of people are there, so I guess everybody's special today because, I mean, literally every single media house was represented today, and of course they, I think they represented well in terms of how the questions that were asked and information that was gathered today. I thought it was really a good day for Jamaican journalism.
Yeah. All right. Well, Leighton, it isn't a new event. We knew that this event was going to be happening, but for those uninitiated in this new project, how is this different from like the Diamond League?
Well, the Diamond League is basically a free-for-all in terms of all the sports, the jumps and, of course, long-distance races and sprints. And each year, some of those events are rotated. For the Grand Slam track, it's basically short sprints and long sprints for both male and female. 48 athletes are signed to long-term annual contracts for Grand Slam track. Those are known as racers. And then, of course, there's going to be 48 challengers that will make up the 8 athletes for each event. And of course, the top prize money is $100,000, which is 10 times as much as you make on a Diamond League for winning a Diamond League. In fact, the person who comes 8th in those events wins $10,000. So that's a significant difference there already. And what you're going to see, I think the major difference is that while in the Diamond League, you'll have maybe 1 star or 2 stars in any one event. With the Grand Slam track, you will see the very best of the very best go up against each other at least 4 times for the season, because that's what they're doing. They're signing the best athletes in the world, and then they're signing the challengers who are at that moment in that particular juncture of the season are the best. So what you're going to get is that the best of the racers will be going up against the best of the challengers. So you'll always have high quality performances. Remember back when Bolt was running, it was either Bolt alone in a race or Asafa alone in a race or Justin Gatlin. When I say alone, I mean there may be one other potential challenger, but then the rest of the field was, par. What I think this event is going to bring the best of the best in every single meet. So each event will be a spectacle, and I think that's a major difference what you'll see between the Diamond League and, of course, Grand Slam track.
Yeah, we've already heard about some athletes signed up for the event, Leighton. Were any of those athletes at the press launch today? And beyond that, can you comment on how the athletes have received this project?
Well, Rashawn Clark was there. He's one of the 3 Jamaicans signed so far, along with Akira Nugent and Rochelle Clayton. As you know, Akira Nugent is the fastest in the world for 2024, but there's 100-meter hurdles 12:24. And of course, Rochelle Clayton, a two-time global bronze medalist at World Championships in 2019 and 2022. And of course, there is Michael Johnson did say that there is a possibility that other Jamaicans will be signed as well. But we spoke to Rashawn Clark afterwards, and he was extremely excited. He said it pretty much was a dream come true for him, because what he said was that when he heard at first about Grand Slam track, he was dying for them to sign him. And then when that email finally came, he said he was at the supermarket. He stopped the car, came out of the car, and literally ran in the exuberance, the excitement of having been approached to sign as a racer for Grand Slam track. So you're looking at the athletes are excited. Look, during the Golden Leagues, we just had a discussion with Johan Blake on Out the Blocks, the podcast that we do on each week. And Johan Blake said the Golden League was a lot better because every athlete was able to earn more. For the Diamond League, only a small handful of athletes are able to earn money. For this Grand Slam track, we're looking at a situation where the racers are already signed to. I've suspected that they're signing to these deals where they have bonuses already as signing bonuses, and of course the opportunity to win $100,000 more if you win an event, or $80,000 come second, $60,000 third, and so on and so forth. So this is an opportunity for athletes like a Rashawn Clark, a Rochelle Clayton, and of course Akira Nugent to earn perhaps 2 to 3 times as much as they would have earned. But not only those athletes who would have had shoe contracts, because there are many athletes out there performing well who don't have contracts or who have pretty small contracts comparatively. So what this then gives them an opportunity to do is to earn a lot more, whether you're a racer or a challenger. Because if you're a challenger, those who are not signed to Grand Slam track and you win an event, it's $100,000 right there, right off the top. So, it's the athletes, if I'm to use Rashawn Clark as an example of how the athletes feel, they're very excited about this. And when you consider that there are other meets, like the Astros Women's Meet in New York, that Alexis Ohanian, Serena Williams' husband, has put it on, and of course will become an annual event. These events, I think, will then give the athletes the ability to earn a lot more than they're currently earning.
Yeah. Leighton, let's now toss to our soundbite where we had Michael Johnson, of course, addressing the format of the competition.
Our athletes are grouped in groups of 8 athletes. We have 6 female groups and 6 male groups. They are divided by race distance. So we have our short sprints group, long sprints group, short distance group, long distance group, short hurdles group, and long hurdles group. Only racing around the track, only athletes running. We're not having field events. This is only going to be racing. So we can get around a singular narrative of the fastest people in the world racing against one another. All of our athletes in each one of those groups will run 2 different races across the 3-day weekend. So our short sprinters, as an example, will run the 100 meters and 200 meters. A long sprinter like myself will run the 200 meters and 400 meters. Our short hurdlers run the 100 meter or 110 meter hurdles and the 100 meter flat. The 400 meter hurdlers will come back and run the 400 meter flat. So this provides a little bit more jeopardy, some storytelling. You can't just win one race, you have to win and finish high enough in both races to score enough points to win the slam.
Yeah, and Leighton, largest racing purse in history, and he explains the format. And I know you, Leighton, do you have any issues with what has been laid out so far?
No, actually, I think it's quite exciting. I mean, using Akira Nugent as an example, when I spoke with Chris Johnson, that was it last season, he believes that Akira, for example, can be a sub-11 sprinter. She's running 11.14 already, I think. So, it will be good to see her in a flat race against other hurdlers and, of course, challengers who most likely will be perhaps even better than she is in terms of the flat races, because, as I heard Michael Johnson said, there'll be an element of jeopardy there. it means you pit hurdlers against more traditional flat sprinters, which then brings the dynamic because Akira is going to probably dominate in the sprint hurdles, but in the flat race against women are running probably 10-9 or 10-8, it's going to be a different challenge altogether. So I think that's an interesting dynamic, and I think it's going to be exciting because I think you would probably see more athletes and try to be a little bit more diverse in terms of your talent development, and I think you're going to see something special from some of these sprint hurdlers, especially because remember Omar McLeod is the only sprint hurdler in the world ever to have go below 13 seconds and 10 seconds in the 100. Maybe what we'll be seeing is a development where we'll see more sprint hurdlers go below 10 seconds or below 11 seconds, depending on whether they're male or female. And that brings a different level of excitement because you're really not going to be sure what to expect from the sprint hurdlers, especially the flat events. And of course, it goes the same for the 400 meters and the 400-meter hurdles, because that's what Russian Clark will be doing. He'll be running the flat 4 and the 400-meter hurdles. So people like Femke Ball, who does both, Sidney McLaughlin, who does both, you'll get an opportunity to see them race at their best at the respective events. And I think that's going to bring a lot of excitement to the sport, especially for purists like myself and for the casual track fan who is not necessarily up on how well these athletes can perform in their respective events, but it'll give them an opportunity to see the athletes in events that they're not so comfortable in, or whether or not they can be as good as they are in their chosen event. So I think it's going to be a lot of anticipation, excitement, and of course, jeopardy, as Michael Johnson said, in how the format will unfold once the meet starts in April next year.
Yeah, so happy we had this chat with you, Leighton, because, even now I'm excited to see what takes place and we'll be following it very, very closely. Thank you for stopping by on the SportsMax Zone and hopefully see you in office soon. Yeah?
I'll be down here on Thursday, so.
All right, Leighton Levy, of course. I want to say track and field analyst, but he does so much more than just that. So you get the gist. Break time.